Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee, la-di-da-di-da.
Barbra Streisand. Barbra Streisand.
Ed è la capitale della moda alternativa e oltre gli schemi che si presentano durante la settimana più cool dell'anno i migliori fashion designer made in UK, trasgressivi, irriverenti e anticonformisti, ma anche innovativi e con un tocco molto British. Il teatro della Fashion Week, come ogni anno, è un appuntamento imperdibile con la creatività. E l'attenzione è tutta sui catwalk, dai quali provengono ispirazioni uniche e atmosfere irreali. E per 5 giorni il British Fashion Council si trasforma nel centro di nuovi trends. È uno dei centri più prestigiosi dal quale si formano i più innovativi designer europei. La Central St. Martin's in passerella dà spazio alle idee di 21 talenti. Geometrie, pelle e frange, colori flu e simmetrie. Vince la stravaganza e l'originalità, tutto decisamente ispirato all'atmosfera di una Londra in continua sperimentazione. For you, London is open to new designers.
I think London's really very open to new designers. I think that we really support up-and-coming designers. I think our schedule really represents that as well. I think we've got a lot of really classic contemporary designers, and we've also got some, really young and cool people like Mark Fast who are coming up, who I think is amazing. Louise Golden, I think that London really pushes the boundaries quite far.
Più trasgressivo è Mark Fast, criticato dalla stampa per le Miss Fetish, pelle e nude look, dal nero al rosso fuoco. What do you prefer during this London Fashion Week? What are the next trends that you will use for yourself?
I think we've seen a lot of colour still for autumn winter, and some really, really beautiful textures, some really nice furs. I think it's going to be lots of 70s influences. I think hats are going to come back, and some really nice golden colours and dark browns and purples. So I think everyone's going to start looking very 70s chic, and I think it's a nice look for everybody. I think it's a flattering look for everyone.
Per l'inverno 2011 Marika Transu continua ad esplorare icone del lusso con uno stile eclettico, strutture artificiali e forme che amplificano i volumi in un tripudio di colori. Uno stile irreale che rievoca porcellane, decorazioni, vasi e tessuti decorati.
the most amazing things that you see in a catwalk in these days?
Well, for me, I quite like simple things with a twist. I think sometimes when I see things that are really outlandish and very theatrical, there's a nice aspect to it. But for me, it's just taking really simple ideas and putting just a little clever twist on it. Those are the things that really excite me.
Forti tinte dal mondo del rock che si uniscono ad ispirazioni bibliche e punk. Dallo show di Todd Lynn, il sarto di Mick Jagger, Bono, Marilyn Manson e PJ Harvey, propone uno stile androgino e colli alti, tra nero, beige e tagli netti. London is ready to open to new designers, and how much the other fashion cities are, like Milan or maybe Paris?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think a lot of people come here from all over the world. Like London is not really an English city, you know, it's a world city. Everybody comes here to have fun and enjoy themselves and try to be creative.
I'm a hat designer. So it's very much my own style, and I wear a hat every day, and I really think it should enhance the face.
Trend minimal e simmetrici per coma. Pelle nera, giochi optical impreziositi da pellicce fluo e stampe oversize. Oggetti di culto, le scarpe vertiginose e fetish. Since I think 60s, 50s, people in the streets influenced a lot of designers. How the cool hunting and the fashion hunting could influence designers?
You cannot think that designers are only influenced by the street. I mean, if you're a designer, if you're a team working with a designer, you get to be influenced by millions of things. You go to see exhibitions, you see a movie, you see the street style. I think creative people get inspired by everything, and street style is one aspect. Obviously, now most of the studios now get to check all these street style blogs. It's more like to keep updated of what's going on, but at the end, they're not gonna take the picture and say, okay, we're gonna do the collection like that. I mean, you can participate, but I think it's difficult to trace the concept of inspiration, because you get inspired by very different things from different worlds and then you put it together. And the street is one thing among others, definitely, but it's not as simple as that.
Holly Fulton è la vera protagonista del catwalk al Somerset House. L'eclettica stilista inglese ci dice lei stessa che a ispirare le sue stampe colorate, psichedeliche, bocche, arcobaleni, grattacieli è stato proprio il film Yellow Submarine dei Beatles. Gonne e pantapalazzo lunghi e morbidi, mini dress 60s, gioielli oversize e ornamenti preziosi e geometrici. Must have, borse inserti di angora nera su tessuti leggeri e seta. Tutto al ritmo di Prison Collination and Chuzo.
Next season, there's a lot of emerald green, it seems. I've noticed quite a lot. Lots of wool as well. Obviously, it's winter, so kind of wrapping up. Where it's still winter, even though it's supposed to be summer. So it's really cold, isn't it? And miserable.
Suggestioni etniche e che rievocano culture antiche, contrasti forti, per uno stile raffinato e morbido. Osman sceglie drappeggi scultorei, forme sinuose che ricordano i colori dell'oceano e di terre esotiche. e in prima fila soprattutto i designer emergenti che trovano il loro spazio al Somerset House nell'esposizione estetica. Accessori, abiti e prêt-à-porter, tutti i designer legati all'ecosostenibilità e alla green production, ma soprattutto un ritorno al valore dell'abito e all'artigianato.
How you decided to create these creations?
Well, I started off with a jewellery label, and the whole purpose of what I wanted to do was take jewellery almost to a different dimension, so not just stick to the traditional necklaces with pendants. I really wanted to push the boundaries of what a piece of jewellery can achieve. When you look at some of the pieces, I use a lot of trims and materials that you might see in fashion, but using the language of jewellery making, so the chains and the crystals, to really embellish it and to make it a little bit different.
Yeah. So it could be necessary only to have this necklace to be wear and to be fashionable.
Yes, absolutely.
We have lots of leather pieces, which we're not selling in Italy yet, but the Italian customers really love the leather pieces. So this is a fantastic piece, which is really incredibly heavy. It's quite nice to wear, but it's very heavy to hold, and it moves so nicely. Everyone's just honed in for this. Everyone's come over, tried to pick it up, tried to put it on, and it's like the key piece of the collection.
No, I like metallic, I like gold, I like shiny, sparkly things. I think that's more or less always been on trends in a way.
We're a bit insular with our designs. We kind of don't really follow trends too much. One of the trends, however, that I think that we can say is a bit of color, a bit of reddish rust, a bit of orange. Is probably a through line. You can see bits and pieces.
You are linked in your story with the eco and the green production. How it started?
Well, our business was began by two women about 16 years ago, and they recycled men's suits to begin with. And over the years now we have a business where we recycle men's suit as the blood of our brand, but we also do upcycling of offcuts of cashmeres and new wools and mohairs and suiting materials as well. One of our best customers are Italians. They love our clothing. And I mean, I think the materials of Italian suits are the best in the world, really.